you
Questions to ask your ex in order to get closure and move on. My disclaimer is that I think some of these questions are emotionally dangerous, and it's probably a very bad idea to ask them if the breakup is really fresh, and you don't need to ask them in order to get closure. Okay, here we go. 1, can you honestly tell me why you think the relationship ended? 2, what do you think we could have done differently, if anything, to save the relationship? 3, when did you first notice that things weren't working out? 4, what are some positive things that you'll always remember about us? 5, if you could give my future partner some advice about how to best meet my needs, what would it be? 6, what do you think we each need to be accountable for in regards to the demise of the relationship? 7, what did you learn about yourself while in a relationship with me? 8, what would you say are my biggest red flags? 9, what do you think are my biggest green flags? 10, do you think we should take space and not talk to each other for a while? 11, do you want to be friends in the future? 12, what's the overall narrative that you think you'll walk away with about our relationship? 13, is there anything you want to ask me?
They go by one by one.
What, you want to go through it again?
Yeah. Play the sassy general. One by one.
Do it, man.
General.
Tell it, little Dicky.
Questions to ask your ex in order to get closure and move on. My disclaimer is that I think some of these questions are emotionally dangerous, and it's probably a very bad idea to ask them if the breakup is really fresh, and you don't need to ask them in order to get closure. Okay, here we go. 1, can you honestly tell me why you think the relationship ended? 2,
Pause. Can you honestly tell me why you think the relationship ended? Because you was crazy.
Hold on.
Or because I was crazy? If I'm crazy, I don't know I'm crazy.
Hold on. I'm sorry. Say that again.
Number one. What was the number one question? What was the first question?
Can you honestly tell me why you think the relationship ended? I think that if you're trying to be better,
okay.
If you're trying to be better moving forward, those are the type of questions you would ask.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's I think it's all about being better. Like if you get closure and you figure out what you did wrong in your previous relationship, you'll be better in your next relationship. Now, a lot of times, like people try to do it themselves.
This is for y'all.
It's good to have
This
feedback.
is for y'all relationship. This is for y'all thing. I don't know. I feel like this is therapy. Like this is leading y'all back into like helping each other out, be together. This is this is the work y'all should have did before y'all broke up. This isn't homework to do after. This is gonna bring you back. Nelly and Ashanti had this meeting and they ended up getting back together. This is a question they asked each other during they closure shit. You know what I mean? This is the get back question. What's the second one? Hold on.
Yeah. What do you think we could have done differently, if anything, to save the relationship? 3.
Boom. What do you think we could have did differently, if anything, to save the relationship?
That question, that's a question you shouldn't ask. I think you should nix that.
Why?
Because it's like, yo, you don't live in the past. We moving to the forward. We're moving forward. We're moving to the future.
Okay. All right.
Like you don't ask no question like that. That's when, all right, you might be trying to rekindle.
It's like an argument, but that's like an argument in itself.
This whole thing is rekindling. Yeah. This whole thing got the lighter. You know what I mean? It's got the Lil Wayne lighter all over it, yo.
Taking advice,
Come on now. They trying to
keep taking advice from people.
Fire. They trying to get this shit going. Come on now.
When did you first notice that things weren't working out? 4, what are some positive?
What was 3?
When did you first realize that things weren't working
when
out?
you fucked that nigga in Cancun, I couldn't get over that shit. The fuck? Well, what do you want me to say? You know what I mean? Like, come on. Like, what are you supposed to say here? When did you first realize things weren't working out? Okay, let's be adult on this one. When you said a certain thing to me, like in an argument, maybe people said words that they couldn't get past.
Absolutely. You
know what I mean? Like, like yo, you said that shit, and I kind of was like, yo, this shit over.
And you don't think that that's constructive criticism for the next relationship? So that person knows, like, yo, you don't go there.
But why I'm helping the ops for? Ops. In our day, we wanted to see our fucking exes down and dirty. Why are we helping them like prosper?
Maturity. The word of the night is maturity, right? We're talking about being in a mature state.
I only got like 30 seconds
of
time.
So if we're talking about improvement, being the best version of ourselves,
we got to help our partner improve.
Not even help our partners. We're trying to help ourselves, and then and maybe indirectly we may help our partners.
If you got those words like, yo, listen, like, yo, you were arguing, you said a couple things that I really couldn't take back. You know, like, yo, don't say certain things.
Yeah,
in future arguments or whatever. You learn how to talk to people.
Absolutely.
And
that's very important because a lot of folks, they run their mouth and they keep the same energy for everybody.
Yeah.
You understand?
I ain't hitting you, but I can say whatever.
Yes.
Like they don't know what verbal or emotional abuse actually looks like. All right, come on, let's be grown up for the rest of these. Let's be make sure. Right,
the things that you'll always remember about us. 5. If you could give my future partner some advice about how to best meet my needs, what would it be? 6.
That's trash. No, come on.
That's
future.
Too much.
Future. Come on.
Much.
When he in it,
that
wiggle
is too
his.
much. That's too much.
When he in it, wiggle. You know what I mean? Like, come on. I'm gonna give him tips for like pleasing you. Like, come on.
Nah, that's a trash.
That's a trash.
That's trash. That's trash.
We tried. Cool. We tried to be grown up.
What's the next one? Now I'm here.
What do you think we each need to be accountable for in regards to the demise of the relationship? 7.
What we gotta be.
And
he acting like the same
that's
question.
super important.
He asking the same shit in different ways too. He dragging this one.
That was a good one.
That was a great one.
He had that shit like 2 times already. Now I'm annoyed. If she asking me that, I just tell you the first time, like, yo, just don't talk to me crazy. Talk to me nice. And I was asking for the pussy and you didn't give it to me.
I think that's the most important question.
Wait. That was out of all of them so far? Well, out of all of them
so far, yeah.
What do we both have to?
Yeah. What do we both?
It's only
how do we both contribute to the demise of the relationship? It's only constructive if they answer for each other, though. I tell you what I think that I did wrong, and you tell me what you think you did wrong, and then we meet ourselves in the middle. It can't be. I'm gonna tell you. That's another argument. That's another argument. No, what you said is an argument.
What?
Because you telling if you telling that person like what they did wrong, they're telling you what you did wrong.
No,
that's an argument.
No.
If everybody's accountable for themselves,
that's what I'm saying.
You can't argue about it.
That's what I'm saying.
You said this is what you did wrong.
No.
I said what I did wrong.
I'm saying what I did wrong, and you say what you did, did wrong.
Yes,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah. That's the only way it's gonna work. Or else it's gonna be an argument again.
What did you learn about yourself while in relationship with me? 8.
Well, I guess on some growth shit, or some growth and development shit that helps.
I don't think that's a good question.
It's like the survey after.
Those are the
just nothing question, nothing.
It's a survey.
I learned that I don't want to fuck with bitches like you.
That's
what I learned.
That was a survey question. How'd you like your service? How'd you like your service type?
Those type of questions are re-entry questions.
This app.
I think those are re-entry questions.
This app 5 stars. I give it the 5 stars, then it transferred me back to some shit to write a whole paragraph.
Like, leave a review.
Leave me alone.
Leave a
yeah, I'm already. Come on, I'm already out of here.
Bro. I mean, come on.
Can't believe in heaven because we're living in heaven.
That's a re-entry question.
All right
there.
What would you say are my biggest red flags? 9. What do you think?
Ooh. That's helpful information.
Doom.
Long as it doesn't end in an argument. Long as it doesn't.
When I met your friends, I knew you wasn't gonna be shit.
Right. If you're asking the question, right, you're initiating that question. Then, if you can escape an argument there, you might be able to learn something, right? Objectively, or take some, leave some, but. That's a good question.
I think the toughest questions you'll learn the most about yourself.
Yeah,
and you'll be better.
Because honestly, that question, it kind of gives you an insight of how you're perceived. You know what I mean? You think you walking around the world, everybody sees you the way that you see yourself. But like, yo, actually, that shit you do, nigga, that shit be having you looking crazy, nigga. You stop doing that, nigga. I see you eating your boogers, nigga. Like I see you every movie we watch, nigga, using your nose, nigga. You need to relax. You can see that. Yeah, so no. That's bad. That's a bad flag. Eating boogers is a bad flag, right?
Yeah, but you should have done that. You should have gotten that out your system. Right? You should have done it. Okay.
are my biggest green flags? 10. Do you
the green flags is getting the
biggest
draws. That ass.
That could
see those.
That can
That's another reentry question. Yeah.
That ass is the green flag.
Yeah.
Let me see it.
Yeah, you start giving compliments.
Yeah, let me see it.
You never know what can happen.
Well, you always had a pretty mouth.
It's not the time for that.
You always had a pretty mouth.
Yeah. Think we should take space and not talk to each other for a while? 11. Do you?
I died. You brought me back. I'm just the Walking Dead.
I think if you got to this question, like it's like, what's the point now to say, do we think we should take time away and not speak to each other?
You lucky I'm here.
I believe anybody that's doing something like this, that's asking questions for closure, you should give that person a certain amount of time. Yeah. It shouldn't be fresh. It shouldn't be fresh out of the relationship. Either. You probably need a good
get it all out
4 to maybe even 6 months in order to revisit it. 3 to 6 months to revisit these particular questions.
3 to 4 months is still fresh, dog. Still fresh. I think you at least 8 to a year.
A year? Okay.
3 to 4 is still fresh. That wound is still open.
We got a couple more.
Is that I think some of these questions are emotionally dangerous, and it's probably a very bad idea to ask them if the breakup is really fresh, and you don't need to ask them in order to get closure. Okay, here we go. 1.
Oh,
it's up on top.
No, I guess it did.
Get it right. All right,
that's enough then.
Yeah, right.
Get it right.
Okay.
Yeah. That nigga was trying to get the skins again. Whatever skins he's into.
No,
I'm on.
You know, speaking overall from the whole thing, the whole video, it just shows that what closure is about. What you're trying to gain from closure.
I feel like I was validated with that. I feel like he was trying to get the skins again. I feel like that validated my initial statement. That hasn't given me closure on what I thought about closure.
If you're a person that's accountable for your actions,
do your own work,
and you're doing work on yourself, and you want to be better going forward.
Yeah.
I think it's very valid to have a conversation about closure.
Ooh. Every nigga needs a villain. Every nigga need a villain. As long as you hate her, you're gonna get in the gym a little harder. You're gonna get your paper up. You're gonna be you know what I mean? Make her your villain. Hate that bitch.
I understand, but you're talking about on the outside. What about on the inside?
Fine.
These questions will help you on the inside.
Call us. Yeah. I'll ask Cigars Whiskey. We help you.
All right. So we're gonna bring it home, man.
Take it to church.